Over the past 18 weeks, I endured yet another college semester, but this time it was a little bit different. As I was about to embark on one of the hardest semesters of my college career, I figured the only way I could get through it is if I just survived. That's pretty good, actually. And I decided to share my struggles with you all in a little series I like to call Surviving the Semester, where instead of me fully focusing on my studies like I probably should have been, I decided to make a short series to show you all what college life is really all about. Screw being outside, it's way too cold out here. But instead of sitting here explaining what the whole series was about, let's let those shorts run through in a big compilation video. So sit back, relax, and let's let the shorts run through. I'm also going to be adding in some side comments and more throughout the rest of this compilation, so it's not just the shorts all piled together. But without any further delay, shh, it's starting. Yes! College semesters are tricky, and they seem impossible at times, but we always seem to survive it. So welcome to Surviving the Semester.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And technically, this is week 0? I don't know. Tonight is the night before the start of the spring semester for me. I don't have any classes just yet, so I guess I kind of just have to sit around and twiddle my thumbs. I plan on updating you all on how my grades are doing, maybe some interesting things I did throughout the week. Who knows? I can already tell you one thing I'll be doing: unpacking all of my shit.
Oh, hell no.
So I hope you stick around for these next few weeks just to see what kind of craziness I can get into. Hopefully nothing too insane. But that's all for today. I'll see you next week. College semesters are tough, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester.
Cut the cameras.
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of the first week.
Hell yeah!
I'm hoping the rest of the weeks of this semester kind of go by faster than the first week did, because man, it felt like it was dragging. Now that might be because I didn't do too much this week outside of just going to classes. No wait, that's a lie. I just got back from playing basketball not too long ago. Mixtape coming soon. Along with not doing much throughout the week, not much has changed on the grading portion of school. I think I maybe have like 2 grades in total. So right now, we are at straight A's. Come on now. Now there already are some assignments set up to be due next week. This first week didn't really count too much. But since I'm already talking about next week, that's all I have for week. College semesters can be quite rough, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester. Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 2. Whew, this is such a slow countdown. You guys aren't gonna believe the good news I'm about to share with you. We still have straight A's in all the classes, and there's more than just 1 grade in total for all my classes, okay? I actually had 2 quizzes for my math class, I had a quiz for another class, and a couple other homework assignments. So it counts.
No.
And in some other good news that I forgot to mention, I put up this Bob Ross calendar. I mean, like, how can you not like that? But other than those earth-shattering events I just shared with you, I just got back from playing basketball again, and I also think I'm getting into my Minecraft phase. I'm not like everybody else. My Minecraft phase isn't like 2 weeks, it's like a month or 2 months. Got a sick, hardcore world going. I'll have to show you guys sometime.
We don't care.
And since there isn't much left to say for this past week, I'll see you all next. College semesters can be quite the challenge, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester.
Yes, 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 yes!
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 3.
I love what I'm seeing here.
It is starting to get real, ladies and gentlemen. The first exam is coming up this week. Oh lord. Along with a couple other quizzes and then an exam the following week. I don't know how to feel.
Why are we going so f***ing fast?
But instead of stressing about what's coming next, let's look back on what I did last week. Nothing interesting really happened during the weekdays, but the weekend was something else. My sister came down and visited me on Friday. We entered into the month of February. Ooh. I got yet another video out on Saturday, which you should all take a look at after this short, of course.
No.
And I didn't play basketball tonight. I decided to go and study for a couple hours. Yes, I know being responsible sucks and it's boring, but sometimes it has to happen.
No, baby.
And I also ordered a couple more decorations for my room. When they get in, the walls won't be nearly as bare as they are right now. Because I mean, just look at it. There's way too much wall here. They need to be covered. I might fall over. But now there's not much left to say for this past week, so I'll see you all next. College semesters can seem like a bit much, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester.
Wakey, 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 it's time for school.
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 4 and the start of week 5. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to film the short last night because I was too busy watching the Super Bowl.
And it completely slipped my mind, literally until I got into bed last night. Yeah, not great.
You're stupid.
But regardless, we're here now, so let's look back on what I did last week. As far as schooling goes, I had a quiz in my one class and then one part of my exam in another class because we had a snow day on Thursday.
Hell yeah!
It was great. I didn't have to do a goddamn thing. But I'll tell you what, it's leading up to an absolutely chaotic week 5.
Oh, hell no.
But outside of academics, I didn't do anything too extravagant last week, besides making it to the gym every single day that I could have.
They close the gym on Thursday. I don't care if there's like 3 inches of ice outside and a whole bunch of snow.
But throughout last week, I kind of started to get back into playing video games, especially with some of my friends. Been playing a lot of Minecraft and Rainbow Six Siege. I'm god-awful at Siege.
What rank are you?
And because I'm getting back into video games, gaming channel coming soon. Not much happened last week, but as I said before, week 5 is gonna be insane. So tune in next week to see what I got myself into, and hopefully I can make it out of it. See you all next week. College semesters can seem really rough at times, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester.
Life like this sure is sweet, huh?
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 5. Before I get into the absolute doozy of a week that I just had, let me show you something that happened just earlier today. Package came in today.
You don't realize how hard this is to do it with one hand. All right, hold up, time out.
2 flags that I made up. Hold up, let me show you. Hell yeah. Bit more of like a motivational quote type flag. And I think this one's gonna be a crowd favorite.
Hi, how are you?
You like it? I'm actually really proud of my photoshopping skills. These are gonna look sick in my room. But I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do with my Spider-Man one.
We do not care.
But on to what happened this week. So I was scheduled to have 4 exams this week. Yeah, 4. Insane, right? But luckily on Friday, we had a compressed schedule day, meaning that classes were delayed to start until 10 a.m. and then we went on a 35-minute period rather than 50 minutes for each class. If that makes sense, I hope it does. So luckily, my professor was like, hey, we're not gonna take this exam because it's gonna take longer than 35 minutes. Praise the Lord, he had some common sense. But I still ended up having 3 exams, 2 on Monday and 1 on Wednesday. I thought I bombed it. We ended up walking out of there with, I think, a B, which I'll take it. I thought I got like a G. The overall exam went pretty decently. I was kind of upset because I thought I could do better than what I did. I ended up getting an 85 on the whole thing. We've yet to get those grades back yet, but I feel pretty confident about the overall score of it. But unfortunately, the exams don't stop there. And then I'm supposed to have an exam in my computer science class on Tuesday. Can I please just get a break for like 3 seconds? That's all I ask for.
No.
But since I have an exam tomorrow and I have some other homework that's also due tomorrow, I gotta get to the library and do some studying and do some homework. And that's pretty much it for week 5. So I'll see you all next week. College semesters can seem impossible at times, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester. Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 6. Finally took all my first batch of exams for every single one of my classes, and they all went pretty well. Finally took my dynamics exam, the one that's been pushed back since Friday, took it on Wednesday. I think that went pretty well overall. Had my computer science exam, that went really well. I think I got like a 93 on it, so your boy knows how to code. Not really, I don't know how I did it. I also found a spot for my Spider-Man flag. I think it looks pretty sweet over here. And nothing else has really happened besides me getting into a big old Rainbow Six Siege kick. I've been playing it pretty much every night for the past week and more. I may or may not have started streaming. No joke, seriously. If you want to tune into some of my lives, here's the Twitch. But I don't know if that'll become a regular thing or not, but it might be a good way for you guys to tune in, see what I'm doing when I'm in one of my video slums. More about that some other time. But I don't really have anything else to say for last week, and I'm also starving. I gotta go make myself dinner. So that's all I've got for week 6. College semesters can seem just flat out ridiculous at times, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester.
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 7.
Hey, yo, what the f?
Just nicely got back to my apartment after going home last weekend. That was also the first time I had been home since I left for the spring semester. It was a much needed reset. And in some other good news, spring break starts next week. I am so ready for that. Ready to go home for longer than just a weekend, not do a damn bit of schoolwork and just kind of rot wherever I want to. But of course, this coming week isn't going to be easy as far as academics go. Professors just love to put us in pain and suffering, I swear. I have 3 exams next week, 2 on Wednesday and 1 on Thursday.
Oh, hell no.
It's just so much fun.
Oh my god.
So with that being said, I don't have much time to lie around right now, because I gotta get some studying done and some homework done as well, and just try to survive this week. So if everything goes according to plan this week, I'll see you all next. College semesters can seem overwhelming to the point where you just need a break, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to Surviving the Semester.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 8. Can finally breathe after midterms before spring break. Oh my god, was it a lot. I think I did really well on all of my exams that I took, 3 of them. And if you haven't already gathered, I am on spring break for an entire week. This doesn't really look like my college apartment, right? Man, am I going to enjoy this. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do over spring break, a lot of it's going to be rotting anywhere. My bed, the beanbag right there, maybe up in the living room, who knows, completely forgetting about school just for a little while because I just need a full-on reset. Because these 8 weeks have been very, very long. But now there's not much left to say about week 8, so I'll see you all next week. Alright, so spring break. I'm gonna be honest, not much of anything happened during spring break. Kinda just took that time to come home and rot. That's the only words I could say for it, is just rot. I had actually tried to film a bit of a video over spring break just to show like, hey, I'm alive. I'm not, just completely gone off the whole YouTube scene and only doing YouTube shorts. But it turns out my spring break was pretty fucking boring in terms of content. I think the only things that I really ended up doing that were somewhat noteworthy over spring break were getting my license renewed. I got a haircut, raged a lot while playing Rainbow Six Siege, worked out every day. Yeah, that's about it. Oh my god! While spring break was kind of boring, the drive back to school at the end of spring break was just god-awful.
What the actual
That was something else.
Oh, hell no.
I eventually did make it back to school all in one piece. Even though I said my spring break was kind of boring, I still enjoyed the time with my family very much. So, of course, it was kind of sad to go back to school and go back to the absolute chaos and just torture that this semester was giving me for some reason. I don't know why it was so bad. Classes were just insane. But why don't we get back to the torture by rolling the rest of these shorts? College semesters can seem virtually impossible sometimes, but we always seem to survive them. So welcome to surviving the semester.
This is fucking bullshit.
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of spring break. Spring break was phenomenal, but I'm not going to talk too much about it right now because I actually filmed the video about spring break, which you can catch here in the next couple weeks.
I don't know when it's gonna come out.
But what I will talk about
Was the absolute show of a drive back I had today.
where do I even start? Long story short,
I tried to go one way, and the one way that I went, there was a tree down in that way. So I went around to a different way to try to keep going the same way. And then there's more trees now, so I had to turn all the way
I'm
back
here
around.
to tell you right now, we don't care.
but looking ahead to the week, we don't have any big assignments to do. I mean, yeah, we have a computer science exam on Tuesday, but I don't have to study for those because it's open book, open note, everything, except for you just can't use the internet. But I'm not complaining. I love the fact that I can just get into the week after spring break nice and easy.
You don't have to worry about doing 95 assignments.
But since I'm already talking about next week, I'll see you all next week. Hold on, there's no time to dilly-dally, because welcome to surviving the semester. Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 9. Good golly, was this week boring. The first week back from spring break, not much really happened other than having a computer science exam that we're not going to talk about. That was just...
Oh, hell no.
But nothing really interesting happened this week. Just kind of bumping into friends afterwards, catching back up with them, playing a lot of video. But luckily, this coming week is actually going to be pretty interesting because it's my birthday this week. I'm officially one step closer to UNC status if I'm not already there. And I also have an exam for another one of my classes to take. Maybe academics won't be eventful, but I'm hoping, enjoying myself on my birthday. There's not really much left to say from last week since it was so boring. But I'm hoping this coming week can be interesting, at least a little bit more than this previous week. But if you want to find out, I'll see you all next. Oh my god, I'm sorry for shouting, but welcome to surviving the semester.
Delicious.
Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. Today marks the end of week 10. I know that countdown said 15. That's regular classes. The 16th week is finals week. But about last week. Last week, I had my birthday. If you guys don't remember from the previous episode, was able to hang out with some of my friends. Everybody just blowing up my phone with, happy birthday, happy birthday. How you doing? It's a great breakup from the monotony of every other normal day. But then I also had a great weekend, spending even more time with some friends and family. I couldn't have asked for a better way to get into this next year of my life. But as far as today goes, I haven't really done much of anything besides did my laundry and watching SpongeBob. That's really it. But looking at the week coming up, I think it's supposed to be relatively chill. Don't have any major exams or assignments or quizzes I need to study for. I wish I had this previous week. You can't get the best of both worlds. I even have some plans set up for this coming weekend. But you guys will have to hear about that next time. So I'll see you all next. Week 11 of surviving the semester is over. So let's talk about it. Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And again, today marks the end of week 11. So I just nicely got back to my apartment after going home this past weekend. I went home so I could do some fishing, and I also had a family dinner for my birthday. Yeah, it's a little bit later, but it still counts. And good thing I did go home because I got MLB The Show 25 and a freaking set of golf clubs for my birthday. Spam up the freaking W.
Fuck no, babe.
A weekend like this was really needed because the storms that are brewing for the next couple weeks are going to be insane. So this coming week, I have an exam in my math class, and the week after, I have a couple more exams, and then not too long after that, it's gonna be finals week. Oh my god. Bruh. I'm excited, yet I'm also nervous. So much shit is going on at once.
Oh, hell no.
But before I send myself into a panic attack about what's happening in the future, I think I'm gonna see you all next week. We might have been a day late, but we're here now, so welcome to Surviving the Semester. Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today, or should I say yesterday, marked the end of week 12. Oh my god, yesterday was an absolute doozy. So I got in the library at about 4:30 and I needed to finish a homework assignment and study for an exam I had today. But guess what? I was in the library until 10 o'clock at night and I only finished my homework assignment.
Oh, hell no.
What the f? This past week wasn't terrible. I had a quiz on Friday and I also had a math exam on Thursday. That went really well. I think I ended up getting a 95 on the math exam, so I'm proud of myself. And my weekend wasn't a complete bust either. I ended up watching the UFC fight with some of my friends. I don't really watch UFC very much, but I think I'm gonna have to start watching it more because that was actually pretty good. But as I said before, I had an exam today and I also have another exam coming up this week, but I'm gonna save that for next time. So I'm gonna see you all next. We're speed running surviving the semester because I've got food to eat and I am very hungry, so let's go. Every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived the semester. And today marks the end of week 13. Yeah, hooray, alright, next bit. I had 3 exams last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That was f***ing terrible. First exam on Monday went pretty well. The second exam on Tuesday did go pretty decently. Third exam on Wednesday also went pretty well. So, academic weapon? I think we are. No. I also went home this weekend to celebrate Easter with my family. Happy Easter to any of you that celebrate the holiday.
I also had a chance to fish and also test out some of my new golf clubs, which is fantastic.
We don't care.
Looking ahead into the week, I really don't have anything going on, surprisingly. This is the calm before the storm. Finals week is just around the corner. We only have 4, 3, 2, 1. But no major assignments, no major exams, no major quizzes to worry about for now. While the week ahead seems pretty chill now, there might be something that pops up during the week that makes it absolutely insane. But I guess you guys will have to find out next time. So I'll see you all next week. Welcome to Surviving the Semester, where every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survive it. And today marks the end of week 14. Yes! Yes! The last week of regular classes is on the horizon. I can't believe we're already at this point in this semester, but I'm not complaining. But what happened last week? Really? Not much at all, actually.
And I think it's going to be much needed because these next few weeks aren't going to be fun.
I know I've said that a lot in this series, but at least I was able to do something fun over the weekend. I went up to Penn State's blue and white game, hung out with some of my friends, tailgated pretty much all day long, got sunburnt.
Oh, hell no.
Which isn't ideal. And since I was out in the sun all day yesterday, I did nothing today. I was so tired that I slept through 3 of my alarms that I set this morning. I ended up sleeping until noon. But this last week of classes should be pretty chill.
But it's going to be full of studying and getting ready for my finals week.
Which is going to be insane. May end up being my final week. What? But I'm going to talk more about this upcoming week next time. So I'll see you all next. This is Surviving the Semester, where every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived said semester. And today marks the end of week 15. Insane. It's finals week.
Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm.
We've reached that point in the semester where we decide if it's our final week or just finals week. We haven't fully decided just yet. So I already had one final today at 10 a.m. Didn't go according to plan. But then for the rest of my final schedule, I have one tomorrow at 8 a.m. and another one tomorrow at 2 p.m. And then there's no finals on Wednesday. But then I have 2 again on Thursday, another 8 a.m. This is some bullshit. And then a 4 p.m. So it means I have to stay here a lot longer than I really want to. I just want to go home. I'm just so fed up with doing schoolwork already. I really don't want to do anything at all. But we can't get a terrible case of summeritis just yet. We still have finals to get through. But I guess we'll just have to find out how I do during finals week next time. So I'm gonna see you all next week. Oh boy, and now it was time for me to come home. I'm wearing a different outfit because it's actually a few days later since the last clip. Phenomenal YouTuber, am I right? No. But now it was time for me to come home and pack up all my stuff into my truck. And there was a lot. Roll the clip. I don't know how I'm gonna get all this stuff packed away in my truck. I don't even have a full-size truck either, so this is gonna be interesting. And somehow, miraculously, I was able to fit everything into my truck and make it back home all in one piece. I think that deserves like an achievement or, you know, at least like a sticker or something like that. And now that I was finally home for the summer, that meant putting this series to an end by making the very last short of this series. Let's roll it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Surviving the Semester, where every week for the next 16 weeks, I'll be showing you all how I survived this semester. And today marks the end of week 16 and the end of this series. Oh, kind of sad. But we're done with college, goddammit! But about finals week. It didn't end up being my final week, thank God. It was kind of a rough finals week for me. I had 5 finals to deal with. Didn't really do that great on any of them. Kind of upset me. But we were still able to achieve the overreaching goal of just passing all my classes and surviving the semester.
He said it! He said it!
While we didn't do great on finals, here is my overall spread of grades that I had. I think I ended the semester with a 3.3 GPA, which isn't terrible. The whole point of making this series was just to show you that this semester is going to be rough to even just survive. But now that we're here on week 16, that means this series is over. However, we survived the semester, and I thank you all so much for tuning into the series. While this series might be coming to an end, I really hope that you stick around to see what I'm up to this summer. I have some big plans, and I think you're going to want to see what I'm up to. But I guess I'm just going to have to save that for next time. So I'm going to see you all very soon, and thank you so much again. Even though surviving the semester is officially over, this shouldn't be too sad of a moment for any of you. Plenty of video ideas are coming up, and I also have plenty of other content creation ideas, such as moving my content onto other platforms, as well as here on YouTube. But the reason for doing this and wanting to spread my content is, well, of course, to grow my channel. After seeing the success that my channel had last summer, I feel that if I really went hard at it by uploading videos here relatively consistently and also putting clips out on TikTok or maybe putting some stuff on Instagram Reels or something like that, I feel that we could really start to, get the ball rolling here, as some people would say. But there's still a lot of time before I can really put those plans into action. So for now, that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys did go on to enjoy it. If you did, please drop a like on it. And always don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and I hope you also enjoyed this more compilation style video. I feel that doing more compilation style videos might help bring in a larger audience. Because maybe there's some people out there that kind of just want to have a longer video to watch while they're eating or doing whatever else. I don't know. Of course, the shorter videos are going to be out as well. So there's going to be a big mix. A big old mix up on this channel. We're gonna make the ground shake. What? But before I spill too many beans on what I want to do for this summer, I'm going to leave you with this, especially. Don't forget to party till you're purple!